God, if this is all we have. Canterbury, light up the weed.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to a Shot of Discourse. It's your boy, DebtFreeDeem, and I'm here with...
It's your girl, Yaz, guys.
What up, what up? So,
what's up?
How you been, man? What's going on?
Good. You know, I've been working.
Working?
And trying to stay warm. It's cold as hell outside.
Yeah, it got pretty chilly. I've been working as well, but working from home, Playboy.
Oh, must be nice to have that as an option. I don't have that as an
Shout out to my non-essential remote
yeah, I'm
workers.
essential. So even if I was working from
Salute to
home,
you. You are a hero.
I have to work 365.
But I have to be
Never
brave
work.
at home. I have to be brave.
What? What are you doing? You're sitting at home.
Just the solitude by myself.
Oh, God.
It's so hard.
Miss
So difficult.
Miss me with it. Get out of here. It's
COVID?
definitely not.
It has been so difficult.
No, COVID put you in the position to be able to work from home. So you
No,
are...
it's pretty awesome. I watch YouTube loud as hell. I'm playing Detroit rap music in the basement.
This is insane.
But look, man, I really appreciate the work you're doing down there.
Thank you. I mean, I only got to be there 3 nights a week, but
Okay.
it's, it's still...
How you feel about the lies the CDC's been telling?
I'm over them, honestly. Let me be very clear. I am honestly over them because it's like, yo, you want to send the world into a frenzy, and this is what you did.
I don't know how we have not just been like pissed off with these guys, man.
Yeah, I think that honestly, I think that everybody is pissed off.
Frustrated.
I'm pretty sure they are. At this point, people are just like, I'm going outside. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. If I wear my mask, I wear it. If I don't, I don't. At this point, because the CDC is telling you either put it on, no, you can take it off, or you know what? Matter of fact, keep it on for like 5 more days. Matter of fact, let me cut it down. Like what? Come on.
I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. So far, your boy has been COVID free.
Well, great.
Haven't caught it. What's good?
Okay. I'm sure that I had it because I work in a hospital, but I mean, it hasn't.
Oh, you haven't really ever tested positive?
I haven't.
Whoa. Okay, so you good too?
Yeah, but I'm sure I've been exposed to it. I don't like that I probably was exposed to it and didn't know, being asymptomatic and then being around everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that I don't like. But we don't have to get tested because I'm vaccinated, so you don't have to get tested. And if I don't feel sick,
yeah.
But I'm also one of those people, like I have allergies. So
I have
if I
allergies
get sick,
too.
I'm not about to go run and go get. Listen, it's allergies, bro. People still got colds. Like I don't. So
Yeah, I refuse to go and not like I'm gonna refuse to go get tested. I've been tested so many gosh times. I'm sick of sticking things in my nose. But I've been eating food and it's been tasting.
Yeah.
So I'm straight.
Yeah. Mara's dad had it when it first came out. I think he just now started getting his taste back.
Sheesh.
He went completely vegetarian. He hasn't eaten meat since then.
Because it feels like it's a waste.
Yeah, he couldn't taste nothing. So he's like, I don't even want it. So I was like, bro, I cannot imagine losing my taste for that long and not being able to eat what I want to eat.
I mean, if you eating, I could imagine like you lose taste, but your wife can't cook. He's like, thank God.
Thank God. But you're eating it. Like you still gonna eat it?
Yeah, but it's just puts up. You just good.
Yeah, no. I think.
But if you know good food, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. If you know something's good and you can't taste it, now you're like, all right, this sucks. This sucks.
So I see you got your Amanda Seals on.
He's so controversial, guys. He's so controversial.
Rocking your Amanda Seals apparel. My
First
bad.
of
No
all,
disrespect. Happy Founders Day, right?
Thank you.
Yep.
It is our Founders Day. You know, shout out to all my sorors, ski-wee you ladies.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what, today is. I only get Greeky on today.
Greeky.
That's it.
You shouldn't say that.
That's what it is.
I want you to look up Greek on. Nah, I'm not even gonna get into that.
I only get like this. I'm talking about Greeky as in org Greeky.
Yeah, you should say that.
On this day. Outside of that, you'll never really unless we all together and it's like an event. Then that's when it's like AKA-ish. But
where did the call come from?
Honestly, I can't even.
Y'all got to find that out. Who was the first person that was like, you know what?
Well, I mean, they when they found it, when they made AKA, it was they did the colors, they did a flower, and then the call is just where they.
I would love to be in that meeting. Like, girls, what we gonna do when we go outside?
I never even, honestly, I never even looked that up. So don't hold me on that. Maybe there is an answer to that. Don't quote me.
Put it in the comments section.
But yeah.
But moving on, man. Martin Luther King Day is coming up.
Yes.
And I'd be remiss if we didn't get to talk about the Martin Luther King "I Had a Dream" speech. A very impactful moment in Black civil rights history. And it's the reason why we're able to drink from the same Babylon water fountains
Meanwhile,
that the Caucasians
we're
can.
aging backwards and they're aging forwards from this same water fountain.
I mean, we ain't gonna get into that.
But anyway.
We ain't gonna get into that. But just wanted to take some time out on the pod to, appreciate some of our heroes in the civil rights movement. And Martin Luther King was one of the biggest proponents and the pushers of that, the nonviolent movement. We went to a comedy show last night, and shout out to Ryan Davis, hilarious dude. And he was talking about Martin Luther King, and he's like, you know what? He said one part where he was like, we're gonna march out, and I know it's 120-degree weather. And then one of the crowd members was like, "Oh hell no!" Nah. And then Ryan turns around, he's like, "You see, niggas is everywhere." So imagine you trying to rally everybody together, and then people just like, "Nah, Martin Luther King, it's hot as hell outside."
Exactly.
I ain't marching in that.
It's not giving. That's.
Well, you can't do that. But then the nonviolent piece of it is like, could you imagine protesting peacefully,
Right.
and they're sending out they got the water hoses that can tear off your skin, and he's still like nonviolent,
Right.
nonviolent.
I don't know if the generation today would have been able to do that back then. Like,
be peaceful.
Yeah,
we would march.
And we tried. We are peaceful. Let me not say that we're not. But I don't think
we throw hands.
Literally, we'll throw hands first. We gonna be peaceful, but I think the generation's tired. Like, you look back at all.
We ain't
that
putting
stuff,
up with that stuff no more.
Yeah, all that stuff that was happening, and it's happening here now.
Yeah.
The only difference is we fighting back.
Yeah.
We're more, we're trying to be peaceful. We go out with the intentions of being peaceful, but then we're provoked.
Correct.
So now the difference is, back then they really didn't have a voice and they were kind of outnumbered. Now it's looking like we kind of outnumbered.
And it ain't really all black either. It's
right.
like everybody's charging up with us. So
you have a bunch of different people. That
even the going back, and Ryan, the comedian last night, said this. It was like the George Floyd protest march was 50 states, and it was the largest in like human recorded history. A protest like that happened. And it wasn't just all black, but we had some like little ruffles and stuff like that. But it's just amazing that we still continue to fight the good fight to try to end racism. I think things have gotten better. They could get even more better, but I just never want to think of the dream and think nothing got accomplished. Yeah. Something happened. Yeah, and we should take time to appreciate that.
He put the things there, and they've been in motion. And slow progress is better than no progress. So, and
even though he's the spearhead and the leader, we also, salute to everyone that was part of that movement, because it wasn't just Martin Luther King.
With him, a lot of people were there. A lot of people protested even back then and fought for us to be able to sit and have these conversations that we're having now, and have the freedom
to have these conversations.
To have these conversations.
Absolutely. Fun facts. So, we know what happened at the what do they call it? The Senate House. When the whites got a little angry,
got more than a little.
They got in the tizzy.
They were savages because that point.
Carrot Man didn't win.
Exactly.
And
they were kicking and screaming like little brats.
The cops handled them peacefully. Some things that I found out about the Martin Luther King speech is that the FBI had a whole bunch of taps on some of the civil rights leader at the time, and there were 19,000 troops that were at that march and at that speech at that moment. So it's just funny to think of the parallels like coming back now. I wonder if there were troops at that level, and there were so many people on Twitter and everything like that. I wonder what the FBI really did with that information. I would love to like in the future, that analysis of that event that happened with the whites versus what happened with us is just, I would love to see that.
Yeah, I want to see it too. I want to see like the data. I want to see what they come up with, because that's crazy.
FBI have better been on those people, and I still ain't even forget the people that should have got arrested, and I want to see how those court cases went.
That's what I'm saying.
They're real quiet with that.
But if it was when it's us, it's all out there. Oh, this one got arrested. Oh, this is and they putting it, they're pushing it and pushing it. These people, from what our experience, it looks like they got away scot-free.
Yeah,
there's no consequences for their actions, and when we mirror that same action when we're fighting the fight like we're fighting,
right?
it's like, okay, we get consequences. They not.
We
getting
get dogs. We get hoses.
right? Exactly.
They get taps on the shoulder.
You getting rubber pellets. You getting pepper spray. You getting all of these things, and they killed police officers and injured people, innocent people.
We want answers, man.
Like,
so
come on.
Another fun fact. He did the "I Had a Dream" speech before. So I didn't. Yeah. So that was another thing that I researched that I did not know that. So everybody knows that was an improvised speech, but 9 months before that event, he was on the trail, kind of using that "I had a dream" analogy, and a lot of the stuff were drawn from the Bible and drawn from the Book of Psalms. And we all know Martin Luther King was a reverend, but he used that analogy before. And I think what happened was he's going through the speech, and then Mahalia, is it Mahalia Jackson? She says, "Tell him about the dream, Martin." And then he goes into, "I had a dream and on the one day," and
Sound like him.
because I'm trying to get my improv game up. Saturday Night Live, holla at me. But he was
okay.
you got to put the acting in here, y'all.
Yeah, I get it.
But,
I get it.
I had it. So he goes into that spiel and just like black people are just magical, bro. Just for you to have that type of control in that environment, bro.
They are.
I don't think anyone actually had broken down that speech and how fly that moment was.
We need our reparations now.
We not gonna get no reparations,
but
man.
I'm just saying, like you said,
what would that even look like?
Listen, I don't know. We take over the world, literally.
Here's what I
stop closing doors when doors need to be open for us. You know what I'm saying, like type of thing.
Well, everybody gonna probably kill me on what I think we should do, and by no means am I some political leader, but I think we all should just plan to get out of here, man.
Plan to die.
No.
Oh, like
go to.
I'm about to say, wait, get out of here. Where we going?
Go to our home, man.
Okay.
Africa.
Okay.
I want to go.
So we can try to plan to do that, but how is that going to look though? How are we all going to get there?
I don't give a damn how it look. We just gone.
And then when we get there, then what?
We build. We be black. Okay.
I mean, it sounds amazing. It would be great if we can do that.
See, you already sound like you hating.
I'm not. No. I'm
Whenever
not hating.
somebody's like, "Yo, yeah, that
no.
good. Yeah,
I'm not hating, but I'm just trying to understand like how that's going to. I just feel like they're going to do something to try to stop that. You get what I'm saying? Like we're going to get over there and they're going to find a way
to bring us back.
Not even to bring us back, but to try to dismantle whatever we're doing.
I mean, they've done that before. Like
That's
Marcus Garvey, when he was trying to do his ship deployment to bring us over there, they're
always going to interject with something. Like,
but that's fine. But I think we're open enough now where it's like you can't keep this information from us. Like there is a whole other continent for us to explore, and that is our home. Right. Then we have to think about when we go over there, you have to look at the policies and the laws and stuff over there too. We make them. Akon got a whole city. Touche. He just started his own. We could just pull up and just. Touche. Well, I'm not gonna say we can just pull up and just take over whatever. Because that looks wrong. I don't want to say that because that's their land too. But we can just we can make a piece and say, look, man, we're gonna go over here. But I just feel like our currency is us as a people, our culture. Right. So I think you can move that anywhere and really develop something. When we talk about Martin Luther King, it wasn't just I had a dream. It was really just kind of manifesting an understanding. Like one, we deserve to be here. We should be treated as equal. Yes. And then the other part is like building us up as a people and an economy. Right. I think we got to also think about that. And that's even why I'm like real focused on being debt free, being separate ourselves from the banks and loans. Because they told us we couldn't, and we're probably their biggest profit. There you go. Like literally, you hit the nail on the head. So when you start talking about late fee withdrawals, right? Oh, sorry, late fees. You talk about ATM withdrawal fees and all these things. That don't hurt the hyper rich people. They don't care about that. No, it hurts us. But then it also we have to put accountability on ourselves too, because we fall for it. You know what I'm saying? We overspend when we know we don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like you do things. And that's what I'm saying. So that's why the pod to me is important, so that we could talk about guys changing the behavior of who we are, because when we start changing these things and we become less reliant on other people's money,
Yeah.
And now we start deploying our own money to work, and that's building wealth. And what that does is build independence.
Right.
And what that does is frees you up, and you like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Africa for a little bit.
Right, because nobody can tell me.
I'm gonna go to Ghana.
Do.
I'm gonna go to Cape Verde and chill out and just really explore that culture.
No, I'm not working. I'm not here on anybody else's dime but mine.
Absolutely.
Type of thing. I agree. We need to do that. I mean, more people need to. I think I see that more people are trying to become financially literate.
Yep.
And trying to get on the debt free type of thing, or saving. Like a lot of people are doing like a lot of different savings challenges for whatever reason you're saving for. So I like to see that. Like I like to on my timeline anyway on Instagram, I'm seeing a lot more of that. And it's maybe because I'm thinking about it myself. So you know how when you think about stuff and you log in social media, the stuff starts popping up. So I'm starting to see more stuff about like financial literacy, real estate, and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I'm like, I like to see
That's
it.
the good power of social media.
Yeah, I love to see it.
For some reason, on my social media, there's a whole bunch of twerk videos on my Explore page. I don't know what happened.
You know what it does? If you ever, like, if I realize, what I'm saying is I realize, like, when I go to my Explore page, it's a bunch of, like, knotless braids. If I liked one person that had knotless braids or something of the sort, it puts all of these, like...
Bruh, I don't... And that's what I was afraid of. And I'm like, I don't like those things.
But sometimes, again, remember what I said. When you think... If you're thinking about...
If I'm thinking twerk, it just...
Yo... Listen, the government is crazy.
God
this is
damn,
what they be doing.
Listening to stuff,
like,
man.
or if they see, like, if anybody's dancing or doing anything, like, it's weird. It's weird because my page be looking like that too. Like, and then now my Explore page is a bunch of, like, because I like photography, so I like to see, like,
cool.
Travel stuff when they take beautiful pictures of, like, oceanfront views and all that stuff.
Yeah.
My Explore page starts to look like that now, and I'm like,
What did I like to even
right?
bring
I'm like, this is
me?
the whole thing. It's nothing else but a bunch of views, like a bunch of just
yeah.
pictures.
But before, like, I don't want any trouble,
right?
With twerk videos on my damn
yeah.
thing. So if anybody has any suggestions on how to get rid of that, please let me know. And I'm liking I'm still liking my content is real estate,
right?
Other podcasts that I think that are dope and comedy stuff.
And it's
like,
also when the people that you follow, if the people that you follow like I think, don't quote me on this, guys.
You
but
some of them,
I think
you're
that
right. You're right.
if your people are like those things, it's going to bring it up to your Explore page. Not saying that you're doing it, but other people are.
You're
I
right.
think that's what it is.
Because it says other people may have liked.
Exactly. So you can't.
So it's not me.
It's not
Thank
you.
you.
It's not.
Now I'm not gonna get in trouble.
It's not him. It's
I
not
was
him.
like, hey, yo, other people liking the twerk stuff. It's not me.
It's not you.
They twerking. Other people like it.
Other people like it.
You know when, like, as a dude, you get like, yo,
right?
like,
Exactly.
Voice gets
like, so high, and it's like, bro, why are you lying?
What you
like,
mean?
right?
What you
like,
mean?
yo, you're being mad dramatic. Like, you know that you did it. What are you saying? Why your voice getting so high? I don't even know what you talk about, yo. You wildin'. Like, all right. But yeah, that's probably.
Sometimes when dudes get passionate, though, they ain't lying. Sometimes.
Y'all saw my face, like, okay.
I think the best way, if I could get some game out, just be like, nah, just be calm.
How about y'all tell the truth?
We can't tell the truth.
Yes, you can.
No, we
Why can't you?
Because
what? I want to hear.
When a hunter goes to hunt a deer, they wear camouflage. They don't say, hey, can I please shoot you, bring you back to my house, gut you, skin you, and then eat you? No, we got to put on a presentation. Y'all not going to like the real us.
That's a lie. The thing about it is, stop going for people that you think is not going to like the real you. Go for somebody that's going to like that.
How do we know that?
Why y'all lying off the bat? Like, what you lying for off the rip? Be yourself. If she don't like you, on to the next.
So let's do this. Go to the bar.
Okay.
See a girl that I like. Hey, ma'am, can I please have a one-night stand with you tonight?
All right,
just to
now
see if I want to move
but
forward.
you're dragging it. That's not what I said. I'm not saying you got to sit there.
You do the scenario then.
I said you be honest. If that's what you want, if
Tell
the
me the honesty
conversation
then.
if the conversation comes up and she's like, "What you looking for?" You don't be like, "Well, I'm not really looking for too much of anything," but then you proceed to look for too much of anything. Like if you only want to smash and be friends, or just smash, or whatever the case may be honest about that. A lot of people aren't honest like that. They'll say they're not looking for a relationship, but then turn around and do relationship things.
Honesty does not work.
Yes,
people
it does.
like to be treated well.
But
honesty does not work.
Oh,
people like to be treated well. And I'm not saying lie about everything. I'm just saying you ain't gonna go off the rip and just give all truths.
No. What I'm saying, I'm not. Yeah, of course you're not. You're not gonna. You got to get to know somebody. But what I'm saying is, if the question presents itself and I ask you, what are the infamous? What are we, or what are we doing, or what do you want? And you like, oh, I like you. I want to be with you.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop asking questions. You just got your answer.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Apparently it's not.
No, but that's being honest. But some people will say, I like you, I want to be with you, but that's not really what they want to do. What they want to do is they want to smash. You don't want to be with me.
And you can't lead with that. That's all I'm saying. You can't just be like, hey.
I think y'all should try it. You don't know what you're going to do until you try it.
Oh my God, here you go with this
saying.
foolishness. Guys, don't do that. Anyway, speaking of shooting your shot and stuff like that, I wanted, and we were talking about Martin Luther King. We always get on this tangent about like guys and girls and stuff like that, but we got time for that. Well, what we're going to do is talk about manifestation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Lying to the universe. I was joking. It's not lying to the universe.
Are you lying to yourself? Is the thing.
But I kind of, I follow like, I think on occasions on the morning, I'll listen to a Will Smith Law of Attraction video. I'll listen to some stuff with Jim Carrey, Joe Rogan. And a lot of the time, these guys had a wild, strong belief in themselves.
Okay.
And kind of like these wild ambitions that turn into these amazing careers, and it's through manifestation. So like kind of what are your thoughts on manifesting what you want in life?
I am trying to figure out the balance between whether it's a godly factor, or if it's a individual factor. Like, are you saying that you are in control and you're bringing these things to yourself, or are you manifesting? Is it manifesting praying? Is that the same? Is manifesting and praying the same thing, or are you speaking highly of yourself, but you're still controlled by a higher power type of thing? So I'm trying to understand. I don't know really much about manifesting, because I really just feel like whatever is happening to me is supposed to happen. Whatever is happening for me is already supposed to happen.
Do you feel like the thoughts in your mind, like whether sometimes if you're sad or you're depressed or you're happy, those things happen to you? More depressing things happen, more happy things happen.
For me, in my experience, I feel like regardless of whether I'm happy or it doesn't matter, things just happen. It's just things are just happening. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I could just be fine and something is, going to happen. So if something bad happens to me or something good happens to me, I literally be like, okay, this was written. I may not understand why right now, but clearly this was supposed to happen.
That I agree with. Yeah. I agree with there's certain things that just in life will happen. Yeah. Other people are on their own journey. So some things they do might impact you. Right. But I feel like that inside, whether through prayer, whether through you ask the universe, because not everybody's religious, but I feel like in this cosmos that we're in, you can will things to happen. And we can go through these rules of manifestation that I found, but just through my experience, I think I've made the impossible happen because of my will and my thought process. Okay. So even before we were talking with the podcast earlier in some different shows, we talked about like seeing something, wanting something, and then you can't really get it because you have blockers on. Right. The negative self-talk. There you go. Yeah. So now when you do the negative self-talk, you talk yourself out of it. And then you stop doing the actions that the universe. So I'll give you an example, right? Just with your life, and you tell me if I'm wrong. And then we could even, if you want to ask me one about mine, you're a nurse. You had to first want to be a nurse. So that's the specific goal.
Right.
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 I'm sure that you took the actions to getting to nursing school.
Yes.
Then do the coursework.
Yes.
Then take the exams that were hard as hell.
Yeah.
Do your clinicals.
Yeah.
Right. So you're doing the work. Mm-hmm. But through that, it got hard. Right.
Yes.
So now at some point, you're praying on it.
Right.
Right. So, and you're putting faith out there to God, obviously, because you're religious, and these things are happening.
Right.
That's what I feel manifestation is.
Okay.
I feel like it's one, faith, putting things out there, and then acting on what you ask for.
Right.
Ask, give it to God or the universe for some people.
Right.
And then taking action.
Yeah.
And I think what happens to certain people is that they ask for it, and then the two other missing parts is that they don't put God or the universe behind it to take it from them so that they could go forward.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people don't even take action.
Yeah.
So some people might be like, I want to be a nurse. And then somebody says, girl, you too dumb. And then
run with
boom.
It. Right.
Maybe I am dumb. Maybe I can't even study for this exam. Maybe like I don't even want to apply.
Right. I agree.
So what do you think?
I think that you're right. The way that you put it, I 100% understand now, and it makes me look at manifestation different. I think because I'm not religious. I'm more, like a spiritual type of thing. I believe that there is a higher power. I believe that, wholeheartedly. But when it came to manifesting or talking about things, because for me, the way life looked for me, like I sit here and I'm like, okay, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a nurse. It took me, I got denied from Rutgers alone 3 times. That's just Rutgers. I got denied from other schools 2, 3, 4 times. And then on the 4th time that I applied at Rutgers, I got in. So for me, the entire time I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm going to do this. I got this. I'm going to go back. And it kept not happening. That manifesting for me was like, all right, it started to kind of dwindle a little bit. I don't know if it was like a faith thing that started to dwindle or like my hope in it.
Your faith in, because of denials.
In everything.
Yeah.
Just like in the universe itself. Like I was
yeah.
like, nah, I'm getting thrown oranges. You know what I'm saying? Like life is literally throwing all these things at me. And I'm like, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm working hard. I did the classes that I needed to do, got the grades that I needed to get, and I'm still not enough. So now it's like, all right, who am I talking to? You know what I'm saying? But then once I got into nursing school with my hard work, my studying and stuff like that, that's when I started to see like the fruits of my labor. So it's like, all right, cool, I get it. Yeah. But that's where I'm like, for me, it's like, I don't know. I don't think I know how to manifest. And that
so
might
that's
be
the
what
interesting
it is.
part. And then we'll talk about the 7 steps. And let's take the example with nursing school, and I'll go into one of mine. So you said 3 times you got denied, right?
Right.
Now, do you think your actions in each denial got a little stronger? Maybe you had, what was the reason? Like test scores or something?
It might have been, I don't, honestly, they never really give you a reason. They just like, it was very slim to none. And of course my grades weren't like up, I didn't have straight A's from my undergraduate degree or from whatever, but I had the grades that I needed. You know what I'm saying? Above whatever. I think if it was like you had to get a C in the class, I had at least a C or a B in the classes that I needed.
Right.
So every time I got denied, it literally made me feel like, okay, maybe this isn't what I need to do. But the other part of it was like, no, this is what I'm meant to do. Yeah. So that's what kept me going back and applying. It was a gut blow every single time. And of course you cry and you feel some type of way, but I just had to,
action.
Yeah. I still had to go back to it. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know what else I'm going to do outside of this. This is all I want to do.
Right.
There's nothing else for me I'm not interested in doing anything else. Like I even tried, I have a degree in psych. I tried that and I'm like, it doesn't bring me joy like nursing or healthcare brings me joy. So I was like, I can't wallow in it. Yeah. And that's why I started to say, okay, it's not happening to me. It's happening for me. There's a reason why I'm not getting in, and only the universe, God, whoever knows why. And I'll realize it maybe down the line somewhere, but I had to go back and just try it.
So now faith is like, I'm going to get in.
That's me. For now it's the positive self-talk.
And then
you
go back to action. Exactly. I'm going to apply again.
So I got it, whatever I have to do. Now I'm trying to figure out now, like, okay, so what was it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if it wasn't anything, just reapplying. Maybe it was just timing. Maybe the timing wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So let me just keep on. every time the application opened, I went back and I knew that I wanted to go to Rutgers. So it was like, all right, I'm going to keep on trying to get into this school because it was more convenient for me. And then, you know, everywhere else, I was like, I'm not doing that. And then eventually I got in.
Going back to the manifestation talk, and then, you know, you, like I said, it's, to me, I think manifestation is giving it to God or the universe or whatever you believe. So just going to the rules that I saw, right? First rule that they say is being specific. So, you know, nursing was the one, right?
Yes,
for you.
Nursing was the one for me.
Getting rid of roadblocks. So in that case, and we'll just use an example because I want people to understand this, and I'll go into my story, is that like I said, there are people that are not going to believe in you.
Right.
Move them out of your life.
Right.
There is certain things that are distractions for you,
Yes.
whether it's I'm watching too much TV, you know, my girls want to go out all the time. I'm not really around a group of people who want to study and these type of things like that. So that environment's not good for you. So sometimes getting rid of those roadblocks. On top of that, you might be a roadblock for yourself when we talk about negative talk.
Absolutely.
So that's another one, right?
I agree.
So these other two come in hand. Ask the universe and ask God. So give it to God, basically, and then trust that He's going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Trust that, and that's for some people who are not as religious. Trust that you just giving it up to the universe and
it's going to come
knowing
back to
that
you.
it's going to happen. Having that faith is super strong. And I think I really value like Will Smith's discussions and talks because
I have to watch it.
He had, and I'll send you a link for it.
Yeah.
He has like a sickness on how much he believes in himself. You know what I'm saying? When he talks, it's like, I'm gonna do this. If my mind is committed to it, the dude is jumping out of planes, traveling all over the world. Like he basically rebranded himself into this. Like I love, you know, the way I feel like he's a life guru on really trying to chase being happy and what that actually means for people. It's not about the Lambo and all these other things. It's about like a life experience.
That internal self peace and that self happiness. Oh, yeah.
So now that's three. That's 3 and 4, which is ask God and then trust God or trust the universe. Ask the universe, trust the universe. Number 5 is take action.
Okay.
So now that you did all of those things, what are you going to do to get there?
Point.
How are you going to study for the bar? How are you going to increase your GPA so that you're ready for the next program that you need to take? And then, you know, if you want a certain certificate, what are you willing to do as an action to get there? Yeah. Then be prepared to receive the blessing, right? And then the last one is they say it's practice gratitude, but I like to think of it as be humble in the situation. So now that you got the nursing job, I'll use I'm a project manager in IT. I am humbled by that experience to where I just want to continue to learn and grow in that area. And then also help people get into it. I'm not going to hide the blessing.
Exactly. We gatekeep.
Never going to do that. I want everybody to get on. So if you are, you know, flipping burgers and blah, 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 and you say, yo, Kadeem, how do I get into IT? Or, you know, you might have somebody that's inspired by your story and they want to be a nurse. It's our job to go back and give them the guidance.
Absolutely.
So that's why I was like, be humbled and don't be afraid to talk to people and be gracious of that opportunity. Like go back and thank God or, you know, thank the universe for what they've done for you and thank yourself. Yeah. Thank yourself for taking the action and believing in yourself to move forward.
To execute it.
There you go. Yeah. So when I talk about gratitude, I like to, like, there's a humble piece to it. Right. Because it's not only, I don't like to say just thanks. Yeah. I want to show that I'm thankful. And I think being thankful or being humbled is helping people get to a certain bag.
And like honestly walking in your purpose. Like when you find what you think, what your purpose, when you find what you know to be your purpose and you walk in that and like you said, reaching back and helping people and making sure that you are staying true to what you're supposed to be doing, it makes it better. That's you showing gratitude. That's you showing appreciation for being in the position that you're in.
That's the major point. The major point is just and I think that's where we kind of fall back as a people. We don't believe in ourselves, right? We don't know what action to even take because you be listening to different civil rights leaders, man. I don't know what the hell they want us to do. Yeah. So we can't even move forward. But I think we're just gonna go with this.
That's fine. It's fine.
Gotta figure this out.
It's fine.
So now, to me, the problem for me is like we have to start understanding how to kind of build ourselves first.
Yes.
And then as a group, once we're all individually strong, how to move as a unit.
Yep. I agree.
But I think so many of us is just so like,
and I mean, like for me, you come, if you start out and you're coming from brokenness, you already don't believe in yourself because of what, whatever you've been through, whatever. When you get these things, we talked about self-sabotaging. You begin to self-sabotage and you begin to feel like, are you even worthy of the things that you got? You don't realize that you manifested these things or you prayed for these things and now you have it and now you're questioning whether you actually deserve it because you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out how we can get people to believe in themselves. It's hard. It's hard, especially when everybody else around you, if they don't, believe in you too, it makes it hard. Yeah. So then you try to say, we say, okay, you got to get rid of these people. But if that's all you have, now you're by yourself. Some people, a lot of us don't know how to be alone, like wholeheartedly alone. You know what I'm saying? So you have the people that you thought was your support group and all of these things. And now you're naked. You don't have anything. You literally just got yourself in a dream and, okay, I know that I can do this, but nothing backing.
But that's what I want people to be comfortable with.
Yeah, it's hard.
Not everyone's going to understand your dream.
Yeah, that's true.
And nobody gives a damn about your dream anyway. Yeah. Stop telling people I'm about to get into real estate. Stop telling people I'm about to go to the school.
Just
tell yourself.
Yeah, and just do it. Just do it. Let them see it.
And that's all they supposed to do. Yeah. There's people that's supposed to watch and appreciate, watch and hate.
Yeah, I agree.
Ain't nobody gonna take a test for you. Ain't nobody gonna save this money for you. So why are you so? That's what I'm saying. People are so quick to just like, man, they hating. Man, these people just. It ain't about that. Right. I want everybody to realize like can you imagine if going to Martin Luther King or even you talk about Malcolm X? You think they gave a damn what people thought?
Because if they did, we
wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't have the I Have a Dream
We
speech.
wouldn't have these opportunities.
Yeah, no, if they cared.
They didn't give a damn.
Especially Malcolm X. I
don't give a damn. Yeah, he went against the Nation of Islam.
Exactly.
I don't care. I'm here for what's right. I'm here for what I believe.
This is my purpose. This is what I believe, and I'm going to stand in it. I'm standing 10 toes in that. But I think it also goes back to a lot of people don't know what they believe either. Like you said, you have all these
specific goal.
Yeah, and then you have all these different, you might listen to somebody, but that person is saying one thing, and then you go listen to somebody else that's on the same path, and they're saying something different. And you're like, well, which way am I supposed to?
But then that's what I'm saying. You're not really supposed to, it's in you. Yeah. When you wanted to be a nurse, that was in you. People could have said, yo, man, you dope talk to be a psychiatrist. Yeah. That's really not feeding me the way this is feeding me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So even though somebody could have gave you that advice, you'd be like, that's not really what I'm here for.
I agree. My mom said to me when I was younger, oh, you're going to be a lawyer, because I was very argumentative, and I'm like,
which are not even the qualities of a lawyer.
I'm like, I'm not. Meanwhile, my mom is in school to be a lawyer. Like I said, that wasn't for me. Yeah. I said I knew as a child that I wanted to be a pediatrician. Okay. I knew as a child that I loved kids. I babysat when I was 14. And then my mom told me that my grandmother was a nurse. She's like, that's where you got it from. My grandmother took care of everything, everybody from a human to a pet. Mm-hmm. That's just, and I'm like, okay, because it just came second nature to me. Like caring for people, taking care of people. It was just, it didn't bother me. It wasn't a burden type of thing for me. So that's why I knew like, that's what I'm going to do. When I wanted to be a doctor, I said, okay, I know that going to medical school is going to take long and it's expensive. That's when I said, so what my plan was to go to school to be a nurse. I literally said this when I was probably 7. I'm going to go to school to be a nurse. I'm going to work. I'm going to get my job to pay for me to go back to medical school, and then I'm going to be a doctor. That's literally what I said to myself.
Oh, good, man.
Because I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And I'm like, however I got to get there, I'm going to get there to
manifest
be a doctor.
It, yeah.
So, and I'm like, so now that we're sitting here talking about it and I think about it, I'm like, okay, I'm halfway there. Yeah. It might have took me longer than I wanted it to take me, but I'm halfway there.
But that's the thing, is like, it's the realization of your dream. And once you start walking in it, things will start going faster. Right. So, I mean, first of all, shout out to you for sharing that. My thing with me was, I always talk about real estate and even 2 stories. So the debt thing, $62,000 in, or 62, 65, right? So one day my mom, I was at her house in the kitchen, and she's like, I got a letter from your loan people that, you know, you ain't like, you got this amount of debt. That's kind of crazy. And I looked at her because I was already on the plan. And I said, don't worry about that. That's going to be gone in 2 years. And she's like, how you going to do that? That's good. That's good. So I'm meeting her hesitation towards what my dream is. But guys, when I tell you I was so steadfast in that moment, she looked at me and stopped talking, because I was like, it's done. Don't even worry about it. The plan is already laid, right? So boom. So I'm specific in what I got to do. This is going to be going in 2 years. I don't know what job is going to be lined up. I don't know how I'm going to get these pay increases. I don't know what's going to happen, but I said 2 years. Whether I got to go on Uber, I got to deliver pizza, I'm following Dave Ramsey, and this feels like the right thing to do.
Right. Next
thing you know, a job that I applied for in DC that didn't work out calls me back. Now I'm working in DC. The next thing, the action that I took, my pay went up. And mind you, I got a raise at Rutgers, but now this one is like, okay, a little, a nice little baby bag.
Put you in a different tax bracket.
We on.
Nigga,
so now I go over there, and I'm like, my lifestyle's not gonna change. Matter of fact, I'm gonna dial it down. So I started living with my uncle and my aunt, and shout out to them. Thank them for that opportunity. Wasn't paying pretty much anything in rent. I just, I asked them what they wanted. They came up with a good price, and it was saving me money than what I paid in New Jersey. And at the time, car paid off. I didn't have no other expenses, just gas, get to work, and then whatever to get to work. So now my expenses are down. I'm making more money. So now the room to like put more on there is getting crazier. So now I'm like, oh, the 2-year thing is happening.
It's really happening.
Because I've been praying on it, right? So, but I'm taking action as well. I didn't go into a luxury apartment, which I could have easy. Yeah. I could have said like, yo, and at the time, I got to drive back every weekend to see my fiance, just to spend time with her, so she don't feel like she in a long distance type of situation. Right. I'm still trying to be better in my situation. So even when I get there, they're like, if you got this PMP certification, you could make this amount of money. And it wasn't the money that really was the thing that was kind of driving me. Right. It was like, I didn't have a skill where I could just go anywhere and get a bag. So like, if you're a nurse, you can go anywhere. And be a nurse. Like for me, when I was in, like I was kind of coded as like a business analyst. They could control my money. They could say like, yo, business analyst here, don't make this or blah, blah, blah. When I got the PMP, or when I started going into it, it was like, you could be a project manager in construction, IT, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn. So now this is a real skill that if I go with this piece of paper, I was like, this is what I need. So now after work, I'm studying. Before work, I'm studying. During my lunch break, I'm studying. I'm telling some of my coworkers that, I'm gonna get this PMP, and they're like, yo, that's a hard test, blah, blah, blah. And like, so I took the test originally without like, I don't feel like I took the proper action to prepare myself. And also like the material that was given to me wasn't really conducive to, so if you guys ever studied the PMP, they have the PMBOK, which is like the guidance around project management. But there are different books that teach you how to take the test. Okay. So I was studying the methodology, but not how to take the test.
Oh, okay. So you were studying the content, but not how to apply it and take. Okay.
So rather, I'm seeing stuff at work, and I'm like, oh, we could do this better, blah, blah, blah. We could do that. And like, I'm taking the action to now get noticed at work. Right. So what happens now, so I took the test, I failed, and I started to understand why I failed, right? So now it goes back to action again. So you talked about nursing. Yeah. So now I look back and I'm like, oh shoot, you know what? I should have done boom, boom, boom and understood the steps on how to actually put a project together. Right. So that didn't deter me. It just made me more motivated. The contract ends for the job I'm at. So I could have been like, oh man, like I could have been, deterred. Yeah. Right. So, but I was such a good presence there, and I'm taking the methodology and improving the project that I'm on, that within a month, so they transferred me into this other position at my contracting job. the group reaches back out to me that takes over the contract, and they said the client specifically asked for you to come back.
Look at that.
So I'm like, boom, yo, no problem. I asked my I'm asking around, like, when this situation happens, because this don't happen.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, ask for a wild amount of money. So I was like, what? Yeah, just they want you, so you better ask for whatever.
Yeah.
When I threw out the offer, when I was like, I want this, the lady was like, yeah, okay. I was like, oh my God.
I should have went higher.
She was like, oh yeah. I was like,
Oh,
what?
that's it. Yeah,
So now, like I said, the faith, I'm walking in what the universe of God wants me to do, and the bag got bigger, but I didn't stay in there. I didn't just be like, you know what, this is comfortable.
Yeah.
I went harder.
Yeah,
Within when I tell you, I got rehired on that contract in July. I got my PNP in October.
Nice.
So I took the test, got certified, and you can ask my wife, I was dead serious. Like, even when I was coming to Jersey, flashcards on the ground, blah, blah, understanding the pattern, I'm acting in the faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I got the PNP, I'm killing it at work. And then so the clients that actually had the project and the job or the contract, they shifted, they left to another thing, and then some other dudes took over, and the environment just became toxic. So now I put my resume out there. When I tell you, I keep getting calls to this day.
Wow.
To this day, because of that certification.
Yeah.
But it's all through manifestation.
Right.
And you said something very important, or you asked a question when it was talking about, like, is it prayer, or, I feel like you're boasting yourself or posturing yourself up against God. That's why I think when we talked about step 3 and 4, ask God, trust God, ask the universe, trust the universe. I can't do anything without him.
Yeah.
I can't do anything without the faith of God. And some people have to understand that the universe is bigger than them. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And whatever is controlling this rock that we're floating on, right?
Yep.
There's something bigger than us, and it's time to, like, kind of commit to that and trust that. Right. And then walk in that faith. Yeah. And I think there's a Bible verse. I'm not well versed in the Bible, but it says faith without works is dead. Mm-hmm. So you could just be like, yeah, God, man, I want $1 million. And then you sit down and then you wait for $1 million.
Yeah.
It's not how it works.
No, it's not.
When God delivered Moses out of Egypt, Moses had to work hard as hell to lead them people out. Mm-hmm. He got the message, and then it's just nothing but prayer, but he had to go to Pharaoh 3-4 times. Right. And he's like, you got to put the work in, bro. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that's what
you said. I think you hit on a big thing too, is trust.
Yeah.
If you don't trust yourself, you sure ain't about to trust a universe.
Yeah, there you go.
And a lot of people also operate of the mindset where it's like, if you can't see it, you don't trust it. You're never going to see, you're not going, the universe or whatever, ancestors, God, whatever you refer to that person or whoever, you're never going to see that. You have to feel it. And honestly, it comes from you too. You got to trust yourself to say, okay, I'm not going to put myself in a messed up situation, and the universe is not going to allow me to put myself in a messed up situation. But if you don't trust anything and you don't trust yourself, you won't be, that's like the blind leading the blind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I now I look at it different. Now when we talk about manifestation, it's different. I understand what you're saying. And it's like, honestly, now I have been manifesting.
Of course, there you go. You didn't know it. And now you can even tighten it up.
Exactly. And now I can tighten it up.
Yeah.
Because for a while, it's me too. It's me questioning myself and not trusting myself, or trusting, trusting God is going to
work it out.
Yeah, he's not gonna give me something I can't handle. Mm-hmm. So everything that I have, he clearly knows he's gonna get me through it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He's not gonna put me through nothing. He's not gonna get me through it. So
it was even just the ask and trust, right? The one story that just jumped out to me was when you familiar when I forgot Jesus took a disciple out to the water, or there was a storm on the boat. Jesus walks out on water, and then he asks his disciples, "Do you trust in me?" I want to say I think it was Peter. You guys could correct me. Right. Like I said, I'm not a Bible buff. I'm not about people in my church are gonna be like, "Yo, goddamn, you know, walk on the water." Yo. But what Jesus walks out, the guy starts taking steps in the on top of the water. So he's walking on water, but he is so like taken aback from, I don't know if I could do this.
Right.
Drops right into the water.
And then that's when he
fails.
Yeah, because you lost.
You lost the trust.
Yeah, you broke the trust.
So now, like, the Bible is, even if you find contradictions in the Bible, I think it's just an amazing book to talk about, like, this manifestation and how do you live your life. Because, like, how many times have we walked out into uncharted territory and was like,
every day,
can I do this?
You do it
and then
every
you
day.
fall right on your face.
Yeah.
But then when you fail, learn from that failure and just keep walking.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of us do that.
No, we don't, because you get discouraged.
Yeah.
You feel like, okay, if I failed, it's not meant for me to. It's not meant to be. So, like you said, when you took your PMP exam, thank God, when I took my NCLEX, I passed it the first time.
Congratulations, shout out to you, man.
But I'm telling you, when I got in there after I took the exam, I cried without knowing, and I knew I failed. I knew you couldn't tell me. I was like, nope, there's no way I'm not going to be a nurse. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to have to. But some people will tell you, like, their story is different. They failed the NCLEX 2-3 times. And then they went back and they took it and they passed it. But you also have to have that faith in yourself to say, okay.
Yeah.
And go back to the drawing board and say, all right, well, what did I do wrong?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you know that you didn't study as much as you needed to, now you go back to studying a little bit more.
Right.
Sometimes you did everything right, and sometimes it's literally just not the timing. It's just not. It's not meant.
Absolutely.
You know, you have to trust that it's going to happen for you. If
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to be doing, you got to trust that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, type of thing. But yeah, I agree. I agree. Now I look at manifestation different. You know.
So I was gonna go into a joke how you can't manifest a boyfriend.
I was going, because I was going to take it there, and I'm like, all right, so.
We were such a good, calm.
Yeah, it was cool, but you know we got to shake it up because this is what we do. Because I was going to say that. I'm like, you see on social media, they tell you to specifically ask for what you want.
Okay.
So I was going to ask you, does that include asking for like a partner? Like, do you manifest your partner? Or
yeah, I don't want to hear the answer to this one.
You know, I don't. You guys can let me know.
I don't want to hear the answer to this one, because guess what? In those 7 steps, y'all don't do nothing like that to go get a man. Oh my God. So we gonna go, and dudes too.
Oh my God.
We ain't manifesting nothing but horrible stuff in our mind when it comes to women.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I think, but that's the thing. If you know that you want this person, then you should be able to manifest them. Like, if you know that you want somebody, and down to everything. If you want a nasty girl, that's what you want.
But
can we do that?
Number 1, be specific.
Exactly.
Whenever why is it whenever I ask a woman what they say they want a man, right? Uh-huh. I ask them to name 5 things specifically they want in a man, and they can't do it.
Because a lot of women don't know what they want.
So therefore, you gonna get bullcrap if you don't know what you want.
This is true.
That's what I'm saying.
This is true.
Yo, and then dudes too. Dudes, so yo, what you want in a girl? Man, yo, as long as she got a fat butt, head game fire.
That's it. They can tell you what they don't want. They can absolutely tell you what they don't want. Oh, I don't want somebody that got kids, or I don't want this, or I don't want that.
And then even when that's I gotta start using the 7 steps, because that's roadblocks.
Yeah.
So because when you start, so there could be a
self-talk.
My thing that could say, so like, and I'm always going against women, so I'll go against them right now. So when they say like, I don't want no dude with kids, but then you want a good father.
So are you saying that a man that does not have kids can't be a good father?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying, if he's a good father, he comes into your life and he checks a lot of those boxes.
Are you willing
and your
to take
rule
that?
Is,
Are you
I don't want no
willing to
man
take
with
that
kids.
because you want a good father.
That's what my point is. Same thing with dudes. You want to be all superficial, talking about she gotta have a fat butt. I want her to big titties. I want blah blah blah. Okay. What happens when she has a child and she gets a little weight on her? Now you're gonna be superficial and be all crazy?
Oh, they are.
Or when you meet the perfect girl that makes you laugh, she plays 2K with you, or she cooks just the way you want.
Have a body.
Exactly. And then now it's like, bruh, I'm old. Yeah. And I think I'm at a certain age where it's like, I didn't care anymore because I realized, like I said, I am not everybody's dream.
Yeah.
So why the hell do I have to get? You can't check every goddamn box, bro.
Yeah.
But I'll take 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I'll take 80.
Right.
20.
Right. I agree. I think, like you said, it also goes back to knowing yourself. Like for me personally, I can't. You asked me that question before. You know what I'm saying? Like you asked me that question, like, what do you want in your person or whatever the case may be? I didn't have the answer because I don't know. I don't even know what I want for myself. I don't even know myself. But now it's like also, it also goes back to the piece where you feel like you don't deserve those things. You get what I'm saying? Like some people feel like they don't deserve to ask for a good man or a good woman because you're insecure with yourself. And not that you're a bad person, but you feel like from your life experiences or whatever you've had before, that's all you're going to get. So if all you've had is shitty partners, you think that you are undeserving of a good partner because the universe has shown you that all you attract or all you get are shitty people.
Because you're so let's take it in steps. And by far, I'm not no relationship professional. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
But the thing with me is, if you're specific, first
Right.
you know what you want. Let's say you don't know.
Right.
You could say I know what I don't want,
Right.
and just have 5 characteristics that are just red flags for you. But it can't, like, you can't contradict yourself. You can't say
you do
that
that all the
I want to start a family. No, you can't say I don't want kids, and then you dealing with a dude who got 2 kids.
Yeah.
You really like the guy.
Yeah.
Stop wasting time and just move on.
Yeah.
That's a red flag that you just don't want to deal
Or
with.
you just got to be honest with yourself too. If you
Yeah.
know, if you come into that situation where you tell yourself you don't want kids, but then you find somebody that has kids, or whatever the situation may be, if they're contradicting you're contradicting what you're saying, you got to sit back and say to yourself, like, why did I say that? Do I really not want somebody with kids, or do I feel like it's going to be this, and this?
Correct.
Because sometimes people just think that people with kids got headaches, baby mama, baby daddy drama, whatever the case may be, and not everybody's situation is like that.
Right.
So sometimes you have to regroup, and those things change.
Yeah.
Your wants, your needs, your feelings, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate, that stuff starts to change.
Right.
But it has to be. I think it also has to be not changing because of the person that you're with, but changing because it's something that you genuinely want to change. Because sometimes we'll change. Like, say you like, okay, I don't want to deal with a man with kids, but you like this man because of everything else he does. So you're compromising and you're willing to change that one thing that you really know that you don't like. So now you're being with this man just because he checks off every other box. But the one thing that you said you didn't want, he has, so now he got these
So now
kids.
I'll be devil's advocate. Just because someone has children, or like, for instance, let's stay on the kids topic, right? To me, if the kids bother you, you don't like that person.
Yep.
Like, that's an attachment of them. That's an extension of them. So how can you? I don't understand how you'd even like somebody when.
See, people separate it. Literally, people will separate their kids from the person.
What I think that's a good approach.
I might not like your kids, but that don't mean I don't like you. I love you. I just
Oh,
don't like
no.
your kids.
Then you gotta.
And I get that.
That's when you gotta realize you gotta go.
Exactly. And
You gotta
some people
realize
don't, because they try to change it and try to stay and say, okay, I could tolerate it, or I'm gonna make this change, because you cling on to that person, especially if you're coming from shitty whatever. You cling on to this good person, and it's like just this one thing.
Yeah.
But you can't, if you don't like them, you don't like them. That's different. You're gonna treat them kids away, and now you're gonna be in a problem.
That's why I feel like understanding or having a standard of what you want and you want to receive is paramount. Number one, and that was the rule of manifestation. Be specific.
Yeah.
Number 6 was prepare to receive. So now the number 6 was when you said, do I deserve this? Yeah, because you asked for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you trusted for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
makes sense.
I'm a project manager. I wasn't like, oh, am I good enough to?
Right.
Nah, I want that. I'm gonna go get that.
Yeah.
You're a nurse. I want that. I'm gonna go get that. So, like, if there is something you want in the world, a relationship you want, first of all, be specific. Trust that you're gonna get it. Know that you deserve that.
Right.
But if they don't meet that specification that you laid out, you got to be ready to move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we just hang on to stuff.
We do. As a people, we do.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, you cling on to something. And I think people also don't realize that people change. So you might start out in a relationship and it might be one way, and it's that ideal, perfect, whatever in the beginning. But people grow and people change, and then if you don't have that communication between you and your partner, your guys are growing apart instead of growing together. In the relationship. So it's like communication. You guys got to talk about it. Like, and people think that they're not going to stay the same.
Nah, true. That's a whole nother like
exactly
even topic in conversation just around, people working in a relationship. Like, I don't think, and even the comedy show said this, I don't think we even know how to navigate and be in a relationship and build together. That Jay-Z and Beyonce thing, like, yeah, you guys see it and it's pretty. But like, do you know what the hell they go through?
Right. There's
schedules are crazy. Right. Beyonce practicing. She, we
glorify and idolize and say, oh, these people are relationship goals, and it's like, but if you knew what they went through, you would never be. That's why people say you wouldn't be able to walk a mile in my shoes if you knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that, like you said, when it comes to the manifesting, I just wanted to know. Are we able to manifest people too? You know what I'm saying? Like, because they say that, like, if you know what your partner wants, or to know what you want in your partner, or whatever the case may be, manifest it. Manifest everything. If that's what you want, if you want a Bentley, manifest it. But you also have to know that it's not just going to fall out the sky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's work that you have to do. So if you're manifesting this partner, are you prepared and ready to receive that partner? Are you whole enough to receive a whole person if you're asking for a whole person?
That's why I say I will say this is we have to be specific in what we want. And it's easy to say I want a nursing degree because nursing degree don't argue back.
Right.
My PNP certification ain't gonna be disloyal to me or whatever in a relationship.
Exactly.
But with people, we have to understand that these are two individuals, and like I even said earlier, we are walking in a journey where somebody else can impact your stuff. Right? So number 2, get rid of roadblocks.
Yeah.
So if somebody is getting in the way of your vision,
right,
your happiness,
right, you gotta veer off. Yeah. And I think it goes with not even just relationships, guys. We're talking about friends too. You manifest your friends.
That's what I was saying. Really,
the people that you, every person, human being, whatever, anything you want in your life, you manifest those people, and then you start to move and shift yourself and put yourself in situations and rooms to be able to be around these people, and gravitate to these people, and then eventually, once they come in your life, don't question and say, who sent you? You sent them.
Who sent you?
You sent them. You asked for them, so they got sent to you. Because we do that too. We question. And we always question people when people are genuinely nice, or they say, okay, they gravitate and they're like, yo, whatever. You like, whoa.
Oh, because you actually got what you wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I find myself doing it, so I have to take a step back. I'm like, there's things that I pray for that are now happening. You know what I'm saying? I talked about a podcast. I talked about doing things, and I'm like, I'm sitting on a podcast. So I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, and we gotta work at it and keep growing, man.
Yeah, that's what we're here
keep
for,
going.
To try to keep the positive side of it, so we can show you guys that we're literally everything that we're doing. We've either prayed on it, manifested, talked about it, and now we're putting things in motion. Action. Yeah, we're doing the action.
So if we could leave with this, I think it was. What do we say? Act, have trust and faith. What is it? Is it that? Let me make sure. Oh, ask, believe, and act.
Yes. And then trust.
Yep. To believe and trust in it.
Make sure you guys do that, and I promise you,
it'll work out.
It'll definitely work out.
It'll work out, man.
Yeah,
so
put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to put in the work.
I wish I had a shot right now. I'm not gonna lie.
He's been doing good, guys.
I've been doing good.
He's been
sober.
Doing good.
And the colors are coming back in life. I'm noticing things now.
Yeah, you can see clearly now.
Sobriety is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna drink for you today.
You do your thing, man. I'm out. Where you at? You going outside?
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any plans. So I'm here. I don't have any plans. I would like to have a drink, but who knows? I might not.
No doubt. But look, some good things are happening for the pod, man. We're gonna have some guests coming through and everything like that.
I like
the show and episodes are being well received. Please, if you did not already, subscribe.
Yes, comment.
Follow us on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. Yeah. I'm gonna try to get some things on SoundCloud. I don't know if we get any activity on there, but whatever.
I mean, we gonna put it everywhere. We're gonna put it, and whatever happens is
whatever y'all want to do, y'all do.
Picks up traction. And,
yeah.
And, you know, we're all over social media.
But we appreciate the support, and I appreciate everybody that's been sharing the stuff and the people that have scheduled time to come and talk. I really appreciate it, man. And we just gonna keep manifesting greatness and, you know, sharing some good positive stuff with y'all and just trying to build back this culture, man. That's my dream.
Taking back what we rightfully deserve.
Yep. So it's been a Shot of Discourse. It's your boy, DebtFreeDeem. Holla at y'all later.